What's going on, guys? I'm What the Moose, and today I'm back with cheap cuts, and this time we're going to be doing middle linebacker. Last episode we did quarterback, and now we're going to do the quarterback of the defense, the middle linebacker. Should be a good episode. I'm going to break it down a ton of different things. As always, we're going to do categories between different categories in general, and then also break those down individually with a player under 5,000 coins and a player under 25,000 coins for people that want to ball out a little bit on the player, but still want to save some coins over some crazy good players. So first up, we have speed, and then we have a speed linebacker, then a zone linebacker, and then a block shed linebacker, a guy that's more maybe suited to a 3-4 defense, whereas speed linebackers can really do both, and a zone linebacker is more focused, obviously, on a 4-3. So first up, in speed linebackers, under 5K, we have this Unga. Of course, he's not under 5K on this right here. 7.1K is the lowest, along with 10 and 10.5. Usually he does sell for less than 5K, though, so we'll see. Maybe he is just a little bit higher than 5K. If you have to buy him for like 7.5, maybe 8, that really wouldn't be that bad of a price either. But look at this guy, under speed. Of course, he's got 88 speed. That is huge. That's very, very good. Now, one thing that kills him, though, his zone coverage, only 72. Not that great. Still okay, though. It's actually not horrible, but definitely not, insane. His catching is only 66 as well, so this card basically just a monster in terms of how fast he is. 88 speed is super fast at linebacker, especially with the 86 hit power, along with 80 block shed, 83 play rec. Along with that 72 zone, like I mentioned, it's nothing insane, but it definitely is above league average. So overall, this card is just really fast, along with having pretty good stats at every other position. It's obviously a very good card, but like I said, I wouldn't spend much more than maybe 8 or 9K on this card. So hopefully it does drop a little bit after you guys see this video, and you can pick up this Unga. Now, for under 25K, you can get Shazier. He's actually one overall lower. It's the Rising Star Edition. I wish I had noticed this earlier and picked him up earlier when he was very much cheaper than this. He was probably 10K each, and you could make his Elite version, which is an 84 and 85 overall, depending on what you choose, for around 20K. Now you'd have to spend around 40K. I'll personally still recommend this gold card, though, under 25K. Look at the speed, 91, unreal, along with 90 hit power. That's extremely good. Now, the one thing that is going to kill him is his zone is not good at all. Only 66. I'm assuming his catching is also very low as well. Yeah, 67. That's not that great. But he does have 82 block shed, along with the fact that he's 91 speed on screen plays, things like that, where your opponent is trying to get the ball out quickly. He's going to be able to track down anyone quickly and get them on the ground and make sure they don't get a lot of yards on you. Shazier, very good card. It is kind of expensive, 22K, the lowest one right now on the auction house, but overall, very worth it, very, very fast, and very good middle linebacker. Now onto the zone category, and under 5K, we have this 80 overall Brandon Marshall. He's going for around 1.5, maybe 2K maximum. He'd probably go for like 4 or 5K, maybe on Xbox 360 or PS3, but overall going to be pretty cheap. Not a hard card to come by at all, and he's very solid. He's definitely a good zone linebacker. 88 zone coverage. You really can't beat that. That's very high. One of the best you're going to get besides, the gods like Luke Kuechly and dudes like that. He's also got pretty good speed. 82 is not bad at all. 83 play rec, 79 hit power, 78 block shed. The block shed's good. The hit power is not that great. 93 pursuit, though, very, very solid. Brandon Marshall looking like a great card, along with 66 catching. Nothing crazy, but it is above league average. Should be able to make some plays, but like I said, this card is basically focused on being a great 4-3 zone linebacker with the 88 zone coverage, and you can even man him up on a tight end or whatever if you need to. 73 man coverage, not too bad either. Very solid card, and I highly recommend getting this Brandon Marshall, given the fact that he's also only 1,500 coins. Now, for under 25K, you can get one of the best middle linebackers in the game, in my personal opinion, at least for the price, and that is Mosley, 85 overall from the Baltimore Ravens. Fantastic, going for around 12 to 15K right now on Xbox One. Definitely worth that price for sure. He's got 84 speed, which is obviously pretty solid. His zone is only 72, so you wouldn't really think, why does he fit in the zone coverage category? I will show you exactly why. His catching is right there, 72. Perfect right there. Everything combines to make this card a great zone linebacker. The zone rating by itself isn't great, but he is an amazing user linebacker. He does everything perfectly. 95 pursuit, 94 tackle, 90 play rec, along with pretty good block shed around 84 and 84 hit power as well. Really solid card. Like I said, he is in the zone category for me, and that's personally because I user him. If you're not going to user him, I don't know if I'd want to consider him, a quote-unquote zone linebacker, but he plays extremely well when I user him, and I highly recommend this Mosley. I still use this card on my team to this day. I'll compare him right now to show you guys that I use him. I have Brian Cushing at the 1 and then Mosley at the 2, who I actually user. So obviously I highly recommend him. I think this is one of the best middle linebackers in the game, especially for the price. Now moving on to block shed for middle linebackers. This is something that's not, too highly considered when you're talking about middle linebackers. You're usually going to play them in coverage for the most part, but sometimes you'll send them on blitzes, and I do send my linebackers on blitzes every once in a while. Definitely Brian Cushing. But this Shayne Skov, 81 overall middle linebacker from the 49ers, he's a pretty solid item, and he's way under 5K, definitely around 3K on Xbox One, probably around that on most consoles as well. He's a great block shed, 85 block shed along with 86 hit power, really solid, along with 90 pursuit is very, very good. Now, a couple things he does lack in around speed. 78 is not that great, especially if he's blitzing, which is where the block shed would come in handy, along with 79 play rec, not too great either. His zone is okay though, 74, that's not terrible. I want to take a look at his catching real fast. He does have 68 catching, so if you did put him into coverage, did put him, into the open field, he probably could make some plays, but overall, it's just the block shed and the pursuit are huge. 85 block shed is very, very good, and you could definitely use this guy on your team. Next up in the block shed category is another elite, and he's from the Patriots this time, Mayo, 86 overall, very, very solid, only going for like 12 to 15K on Xbox One, extremely affordable, and for a great elite middle linebacker, I highly recommend it. He's very solid, got 88 play rec, that's crazy, along with 91 hit power, along with the fact that, like I said, he's great block shed, 85 block shed, 82 speed as well, 94 pursuit. Everything on this card screams that he's going to be extremely good. 65 catching, not that great, but still could play in zone like we mentioned. I think he had, mid-70s zone, I believe. We'll go down to it just to make sure. Yeah, 76 zone, very solid, along with the fact that right here, 94 pursuit, 88 play rec, and 85 block shed. He's going to be able to blitz, play in coverage, whatever you want him to do. This is a great card, and he's only going for like 12K. You got to pick up this Mayo. Now onto the super budget category. Like I always mention, this is around 1,000 coins or lower. This is a guy that you seriously only want to use in solos or maybe just to completely mess around in head-to-head. Overall, don't highly recommend these guys, but it's just a guy if you guys are super balling on a budget, need a really inexpensive player at a certain position, this guy could work for you, and it is Xavier from the Tennessee Titans, 65 overall, silver middle linebacker, going for 1K on Xbox One. There's only one up right now. He should be around 1K though, regardless. He's got 88 speed though and 86 hit power. Pretty solid. That's not too bad. He's very fast, pretty good hit power. Otherwise though, not that great. 65 play rec, terrible. 63 block shed, awful. But 80 pursuit, not awful. 73 zone, also not too bad. And his catching is actually pretty good, which you'd be surprised by. 71 catching. If you want to use this guy, you could probably make a ton of plays, not going to lie. 89 jumping as well. Really actually not too bad of a card, considering the fact that he's a 65 overall. But overall, like I mentioned, I wouldn't really pick him up unless you seriously need a massive budget middle linebacker. Or like I said, if you want to mess around in some head-to-head games or whatever, he's kind of fun to use for that. So that is it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. And as always, let me know what position you want to see next. Of course, we'll probably do offense now, because we did offense the first episode, then defense this episode. We'll probably do offense, so let me know an offensive position besides quarterback that you'd like to see next. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.